There's always been an interesting relationship in American consumer culture between luxury and proximity. And with the rise of AI, I'm curious about how that's going to change moving forward. Basically, ever since the late 1950s, when having a car became commonplace in America, there's always been this thing in our country where the greater distance I could put between myself and other people, the quote unquote better I am than other people. And if you live behind a gate, then you've really made it. So while distancing yourself from people has been seen as a luxury, living in an urban environment or in a downtown type of environment has been seen as a sign of poverty or just something that you have to do out of necessity. Now, the reason why that narrative exists has a lot of political and cultural background behind it that I won't get into in this video, but it's just been the case. And if you live anywhere in America, you've probably noticed that there's been a shift recently to where people want to live in walkable cities. They want to work, live, and play in a high density environment. Maybe not to the level of a New York City, but they want to reasonably be able to get to where they work, live, and play very quickly and preferably by foot or by bike even. And it's an interesting dilemma because the internet and social media were supposed to bring us closer than we've ever been. And at one point, they did bring us closer. Now they've separated us more than we've ever been separated, at least mentally and emotionally. And of course, physically, when you talk about the lack of third spaces and just how people are a little more isolated now more so than ever. And as technology has continued to get more advanced, in-person experiences have become a luxury. Living in a dense urban environment is starting to become a luxury. A part of the lore or aura of being a celebrity was that you were this inaccessible person that lived in the Hollywood Hills that people couldn't get in contact with and that people didn't know much about when it came to your personal life. Now the celebrities that show up online or in person as their authentic selves, or they're just emotionally vulnerable and just give you a glimpse into their life, those are the ones that are viewed as the premium product because proximity equals luxury now. The brands that we used to value so dearly were these luxury brands, the Gucci's and Pradas and whatever else of the world, Saint Laurent, whatever. These are the brands that used to barely, actually, no, never run TV commercials. They were inaccessible, not just financially, but just to get in contact with them. You couldn't really just walk into the store if you were the average person because you couldn't afford it. Now the brands that are accessible to their consumers are viewed as a luxury product. Now brands that are active on social media, reply to comments, reply to DMs, provide great customer service, those are the companies that stand out now because of the close proximity that you have to them, which you didn't have in the past. And with the rise of AI, it makes me curious about what luxury and proximity are going to mean moving forward.